What's up, guys? This is Ray from Astrology. Today is now the 4th of January 2018, and I did my Uranus and Taurus video the other day, and then initially I felt really compelled to do the medical astrology thing, and that's actually my my clairvoyant kind of heads up going off. I usually have a 2-day warning in advance, so I did that recorded it on the 1st, and then I put it up by the 2nd or whatever, but or it was the 2nd, whichever. It's been about 2 days now, but as of this morning, and it's early, and I just feel the need to talk about this now, or I feel like I'm going to just put it off and not do it. Boo happened to see in the news feed that Cairo 7, which is a local, trying to get my phone, a local news agency for like the Puget Sound, Seattle area, said that there's a huge outbreak of the flu, which actually, if you have been following any of my other stuff, like my spiritism things specifically, and I don't want to spill over too much into the spiritual causal effects with astrology, because some people are not prepared to handle that or accept that and don't believe in it. Yeah, there's no belief. There's evidence out there if you look hard enough for it that, yeah, they're just not prepared to deal with it. That I said that there's going to be some sort of spirit energy that's specifically going to make this one of the worst flu seasons we've seen in decades. If not, it's essentially either this flu season or the following flu season is actually going to be one of the worst in 100 years, technically. So, I was actually randomly clipping parts of my Uranus video because it correlated with me saying, Scorpio, for Jupiter aspecting with Uranus and Taurus. I'm like, well, wait a minute, Uranus isn't in Taurus yet. And I'm like, but my psychic mojo went off exactly around the ET that it usually does to give me a heads up. 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years. 2 is the magic number for me, for whatever reason. So I went and looked at this, and currently there is a Mars conjunct Jupiter right there, obviously in Scorpio. Scorpio has to do with disease and viral infections and those sorts of things, foreign bacteria, infiltrating and stuff like that. So let's see, week. So it literally, let's go back to days. Yeah, so within just these last couple days, Mars has finally caught up to Jupiter. Specifically, for today, it's 16 degrees, 16.28, and Jupiter's at 17.33. So it's really close. And yeah, so Jupiter and Mars conjunct in Scorpio is going to be one of the signatures, the transit aspect signatures for pandemic outbreaks. So it's not necessarily going to cue in that it's going to be some sort of new widespread thing. It's likely going to be something that's exacerbating any ongoing pandemics or things that have been, a typical thing that we're all familiar with. And so let's see, I'm speeding forward now for a second. Ooh. On the 11th of January, there's a death signature and the moon conjunct again with the Jupiter and Mars conjunction in Scorpio. FYI. Ooh, and it's trining to Chiron. So that's Thursday at the 11th of January. By the way. And then on the 14th of January, there's an exact conjunction. See at the top with my death signature, Jupiter and Mars. So it's the 14th. That's Sunday. FYI. I do have this set for the time frame, like time-wise, that it is now. So this is going to be in the early morning time. That being in the 9th house, that actually might be some sort of transportation accident. By the way, let's see. So once we get to the 21st of January, start of Aquarius season, that's when there's going to be at least 7 degrees in between Jupiter and Mars, so it'll still likely be magnifying things. Oh yeah, on the 22nd there's an opposition with Jupiter and Mars with the illness midpoint, so the 22nd of January is going to be another bad day for that. So what I say, that's look at all that red. It's intense. Yeah, that's the 25th. So what this actually means is if somebody comes down with the flu or something like that within a couple days prior to those days, or they come down with something really suddenly and acute and it's severe, immediately go to the hospital, or immediately immediate intervention. Do not play it off, because those are death signatures, or high probability of somebody just having a weak immune system or something like that, and actually literally dying from this. So I think that's the whole point of why I felt the urgency to talk about this. That's why I look kind of tired, and it's really early in the morning, and I didn't even want to do this, but I felt that I needed to do this. So here we go. I'm going to go now. Goodbye, guys. By the way, one last thing I need to interject, because as I was going to put my phone down, like, this totally makes sense. Like, my claircognizant psychic thing's on point lately. I yesterday felt the need to not only bottle these all into individual servings, but I even went to the trouble of making, like, the handmade labels and the dosages. And specifically, this is the cure for the spitting venom, or the spiritism, the spirit energy actually causing illness. So I'm not gonna, obviously go to a doctor if you start to have some sort of severe thing, but that doesn't interact weird with any other medication besides, like, blood thinners, that could help people if they're having severe issues with that. So that wasn't even something to, like, jump in an advert, because if I was smart I should actually put this at the front if that was the case. But I actually just thought about that when I just put my phone down here, because I'm like, oh yeah, wow, that's right, and I'm like, dude, wow, yep. Alright, goodbye, guys.